Hello there. Welcome back to the Star Wars Podcast Racer. I'm Tyler, and this is episode something. I don't know why I give the episode numbers when I never remember what the episode numbers are. But anyways, my sister is here once again with me. Say hi, Ashley.
Howdy.
And we just watched Revenge of the Sith, the final of the prequel trilogy. And let's start with what'd you think, Ashley?
I feel like I'm going to need a day to recover.
That's very fair. I'll actually get right into this. So this is the very first movie I watched in theaters. Very first Star Wars movie I watched in theaters in 2005. Because it was also the first Star Wars movie to come out after I was a Star Wars fan. So when I first watched episode 1, episode 2 had already come out and was on VHS as well. So I watched episode 1, 2, then 4, 5, and 6. And then episode 3 came out. So for me, I was watching like a missing puzzle piece, basically, when I saw it. I also saw it with Dad, because I was 12 and this was a PG-13 movie. So he said he would take me. So Dad watched it with me.
I'm actually surprised.
Surprised he took me, or?
Yeah, surprised that, Mom and Dad let you watch it at that age.
Because by that point, it was very clear to them I was obsessed with Star Wars.
Fair.
I mean, at that point, pretty much my Christmas and birthday presents were Star Wars action figures. I was talking about it nonstop. I don't know if I had my room redecorated at that point, but I was at least talking about wanting my room redecorated with Star Wars by that point.
I don't remember you ever having a Star Wars room.
No? I did. I had these 2 posters. One right in there and everything, and it wasn't just Star Wars, but I had the model solar system on the ceiling.
Oh,
and I put
that
some of the things. Yeah,
that sounds familiar.
Yeah, I had that.
Did you have the glow in the dark stars on your ceiling?
It wasn't. I don't think I had the glow in the dark stars. No, maybe I did, and I just don't remember. I don't think so. I thought those were always cool, but I definitely had the model solar system thing, the ones that we put there. But I don't think I had stars. Maybe I did. I just don't remember if I did. But anyways, this isn't about my room. But yes, Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, came out 2005. And this is actually the one that's probably the most beloved of the 3 prequels. Even people who don't like the prequels generally do like this one. For the most part. There are some people, but we'll get to that later. Let's do this. Recap. What happened, Ashley?
What didn't happen, Tyler?
That's also fair.
So Padme announces to Anakin that she's pregnant.
I love how you skip the entire opening 30-minute action scene. Just go right to Padme.
To be fair, I was kind of dozing that first 30 minutes. And then Anakin gets sucked into the dark side.
Yeah.
She dies in childbirth. He has a very dramatic caught on fire scene where he's rolling around and
screaming
and
yelling he hates him. Yeah.
They put that crazy mask thing on him at the end.
Yep.
Babies are born. She dies. Babies are adopted. That's about it.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. I mean, you once again skipped over pretty much everything with Obi-Wan, which is still very funny to me. Every single time, you just ignore Obi-Wan.
I'm really bummed because I felt like up until this point, I've been very invested in Padme and Anakin.
Yeah.
That's the storyline that I was into.
Yeah.
And I feel like after this movie, I don't know what to do with that.
Well, now it continues to their children. The next movie is 19 years later.
Yeah, but...
And, I mean, Anakin is Sort of still there. Darth Vader's still around.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
He's creepy and made a lot of bad choices.
Yes, he did make a lot of bad choices. It's that's what I love about the prequel trilogy, though, is that you see Anakin start off as this innocent little boy, and you see him become Darth Vader, the great monster of the galaxy, basically. It's sad and it's tragic. I mean, that's the whole thing. It's the tragedy of Anakin Skywalker. But that is only the first half of the story, because, again, we still have the original trilogy, the episode 4, 5, and 6, which, like I said, brings in Luke and Leia, the children, and...
I did not know that Leia was Darth Vader's daughter.
Yep.
Like, obviously, I've heard of Princess Leia.
Mm-hmm.
Had no clue that she was related to him.
Yeah, no. She and Luke didn't know at first either.
She and Luke.
We'll get into that next time.
Oh, okay.
It's going to get very awkward watching these movies with you.
Well, I asked you if Leia and Luke become a couple, and you told me no. So
They technically don't become a couple.
I was a little concerned for a minute about incest, but I think we're okay, according to you.
I didn't say that.
Oh boy.
We'll get into it next time. But yeah, I love this movie. It's my second favorite of the six. But it's also incredibly sad and depressing at times, I suppose. I never feel depressed when I watched it, actually, because I mostly because I know how the rest of the story goes and everything. But I do definitely feel sad. I mean, I always tear up a bit during a lot of the scenes, including today. I was tearing up some.
I didn't feel depressed. I just felt disturbed.
That's fair. I never feel disturbed with it, but I can understand that. But yeah, there's some very, very sad and kind of dark moments at times. Yeah, for sure. This is the movie that George Lucas knew going in this was gonna be the most popular of the three prequels because it was the most connected to the original movies. But yeah, he was still determined he was going to do the other two the way he wanted to. So
Oh, that's right. So this isn't even what initial Star Wars fans
Nope.
had seen up until this point. All this was made up after.
Yes.
That's interesting.
Yep. Next time we're going to be jumping back to 1977.
Did he have that storyline in his head?
Yeah. So
in that movie, or whatever the first movie was, did he know that that's what had happened up until
not the first one? So when he was creating Episode 5, Empire Strikes Back, by that point he knew it was successful enough that he could really kind of flesh things out more, and that's when he came up with the very basic backbones of what the prequel trilogy would be. Basically, the idea of Anakin Skywalker was a good Jedi, fell to the dark side, became Darth Vader, the kids, all that basic stuff he came up with Episode 5, the second movie he made.
Okay.
Married at First Sight. That's a terrible idea. Sorry, guys, I was looking at the screen and there was an advertisement for a Peacock show. Anyways, I'm keeping that in. So, yeah. What was I saying? I had a thought in my head and I didn't want to lose it. Well, I'll probably think of it again as I go back around. So, okay. I'll get into some of the merchandising and stuff this time because I have a lot of memories of this because I was 12 years old when Episode 3 came out. So the merchandising was aimed squarely at me during the time. Lots of toys. One of my favorites, you might remember this. I don't have it still, but I had the volcano. I don't know if you remember. I had that
Nope.
No, you don't. Okay, I had this volcano playset. It was the Mustafar one. It was a volcano one. You could shoot a ball of lava thing out of it, and you had your Anakin and you had your Obi-Wan. They could fight in there, and there was also a pool of lava thing, and it was one that flipped around, and the one side was just a standard pool of water or of lava. But if you flipped it over, or if you like put a figure into it, dropped down and flipped it over, it would show a hand, like Anakin's hand coming out of it. I thought that was the funniest thing at 12 years old.
That's not.
Has not. I mean,
Disturbing.
It's nothing to do. It's not even how it happened in the movie or anything. It's just I just thought that was funny. There was also there was an Anakin figure that could actually become a Darth Vader figure. Like, it had the things that you could like put the Darth Vader head on it, and like, so it was cool. It was cool. You could like swap it into a Darth Vader one. There was this one, the Darth Vader voice changing helmet.
Yes.
I got that. I was super excited. I didn't use it nearly as much as I wanted to.
You annoyed me with it, that's for sure.
Yeah. It was cool though. I loved it. I just loved putting it on. It was hard to see though because I couldn't wear my glasses in it.
Well, you know what's funny is I don't know that I still don't know the characters' names, but the old guy, the one that like convinced Anakin to change to the dark side.
Yeah, Palpatine.
At one point he said a line, and I swear I knew that line because of some toy or something that you had grown up. It was like something about don't know the power of the dark side or something along that line. And I just remember, like, as soon as I heard it, I was like, I've heard that line before. You totally had some kind of toy or something.
I had, Darth Vader says it too in episode 6.
Oh, so maybe that's what it was?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what it was now. I did have something. It said a couple of Darth Vader lines. It was like, maybe it was the voice changing helmet. I think maybe one of the buttons on it said, "You don't know the power of the dark side."
Yeah. But that old guy said it too.
Yes,
yeah.
he said it. Which that you're kind of also now seeing. I'll get back to merchandising then because I'll get into this now. One of the big things about all the movies, but also especially this one, is the repeating lines and some of the very funny lines that are not meant to be funny. So there's a lot of lines that just get repeated throughout the series. That's one of them. Sometimes it has sometimes it's on purpose, like kind of like a symmetry type thing. Like, again, like Palpatine told Vader or told Anakin, you don't know the power of the dark side, and then Vader says it later in episode 6 as like a mirror, like, full circle thing. Sometimes it's like that. Sometimes it's just funny. The one thing, like, you've probably already seen me say it every single time. Every single time they say, "I have a bad feeling about this," because they say it in every single movie, at least once. Okay. They always say, or at least some variation of it. One of my favorites is in the spin-off movie Solo, where he goes, "I have a good feeling about this." But
the spin-off movie Solo?
Yes, there's a spin-off movie called Solo.
There's a spin-off of Star Wars?
Multiple spin-off movies. What I mean is like spin-offs, like they're not part of the episode 1 through 6 or 1 through 9.
Oh, but they're still Star Wars movies.
Yeah, they're Star Wars movies.
I thought you meant some kind of like parody.
No. Spin-off. They're just not part of the main storyline.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Well, speaking of which, actually, too, there was one movie that we technically could have watched if we were watching all of the movies, including the spin-offs. There was already a movie we could have been watching today instead.
Oh boy.
The CGI movie Clone Wars, or The Clone Wars from 2008.
I've heard that.
Yeah. The 2008 movie The Clone Wars from 2008.
Those are animated, right?
Yes.
A TV show?
It was. It was basically in 2008.
Kai's watched that before.
Yeah, he loves it. He loves The Clone Wars. So it was that was a CGI series. In 2008, they took the first 3 episodes, or first 4 episodes they were working on, and kind of edited them together into a movie that they then released in theaters.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it wasn't the best. It was the early days of the Clone Wars, so it was still very rough, animation-wise, story-wise. And also, it was clearly not meant to be a movie. You can kind of tell it was like 4 episodes stitched together and everything. So not the best, and it didn't do not a lot of people liked it. Not a lot of people think of it as a normal Star Wars movie. I saw it 3 times in theaters because that's the kind of person I am. But yeah, then the actual the Clone Wars series started in 2009 up until that's a whole other thing. But yeah, that, and then also so the next movie we're watching is going to be Episode 4, A New Hope. Okay. Which is the first Star Wars movie ever made.
Oh, so that's like the old one, like
1977. Though that's okay. You don't have to act like that. It is the updated special edition type ones though. So I mean, there's.
So it's not terrible acting and terrible.
Okay, listen. First off, it was never terrible acting. The special effects were groundbreaking for the time. They won multiple awards. I'm just saying, okay? Just because something is older.
It's got this scary Chewbacca guy.
He's not scary. I love Chewbacca. Chewbacca,
like a human. That's really hairy.
He's like a dog, pretty much.
Ugh.
Like a humanoid dog.
I will say, one thing I noticed about this movie that I actually really liked was I noticed a lot the score in the background, the musical score.
Yes.
They did it. Whoever made it did a very good job.
John Williams did the music for all 9, actually, including the sequels. He did all of the scores. Yeah, for all of them.
I didn't really know. Like, I guess I didn't think about it or whatever. But this one, several scenes, I was like, oh wow, that music in the background really fits the scene well.
I've really wanted to talk more about the music, but it's kind of hard to because a lot of it is better just like if you know the all 6 movies, right? If you're familiar with them. Because there's a lot of times where I can actually now bring up some of that though, because for example, the theme of Darth Vader and the Empire in general is dun 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 dun. So that's the theme of Darth Vader. It's been included in Anakin's theme since episode 1, but very subtly.
Oh, nice.
Like
I noticed when they put his mask on that you could hear it in the background.
So like Anakin's theme in episode 1 is like da, 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 like it's doing this light and happy and innocent theme, and then da, 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 da. Like it does just a little bit of it in there. It's really good. Similarly, Palpatine's theme, like the Emperor's theme, I should say, the Emperor's theme, the theme of the Empire is do 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 do, like it does that. You probably heard it a little bit. You probably didn't think too much of it. But here's the thing: at the very end of episode 1, The Phantom Menace, when there's that big celebration theme and they're having that big parade and everything at the end, the music that's playing is da 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 da. It's the Emperor's theme, but in a higher key and played faster. I didn't notice that for years, but it's to show that again the first step of the
they really tried to tell
plan.
The story in the musical.
You can in the score you can pretty much tell the story. It is really good. Also, I believe I'm not entirely sure, but I think the Padme's theme / the Anakin and Padme love theme, I believe that actually is a combination of both Luke and Leia's theme. Like because they had already included Luke and Leia's theme, so I think it's almost combined to create the love theme for Anakin and Padme.
Wow.
Yeah, like they do that kind of stuff all the time. It's
who
great.
was the composer?
John Williams.
Is he the same one that did Home Alone?
I believe so.
And, like Jurassic Park or something?
Jurassic Park, yes. Pretty much any Steven Spielberg movie, yes. I believe he also did Home Alone 1. Might be wrong there, but I think so. He's done a lot of...
all of, like, the big famous...
Yeah, I mean, he's almost 100 now. I think he's like 98 or something.
So, a side note about that. So, I'm pretty sure it was him. Malachi went this past year, and it wasn't actually him conducting it, but they did like a whole, like all of his most famous works. They did a concert of all of them.
That's cool.
With the live orchestra, and Malachi really liked that.
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah.
There was another one too that he did. I don't remember, but yeah, I think he's done several.
Oh, a lot.
Major...
Indiana Jones.
Oh, that's the one. Yeah.
Jaws. He even did the first Harry Potter movie, I believe. So again, yeah, just tons of movies, series. Just he's great. He's always been good. I think he did Carrie even. I don't know.
I don't know what that is.
Horror movie. You don't want to watch it.
Yeah, I don't do horror.
Could be wrong with that, but I think he might have done that in his earlier days. He was doing some more horror because. Wow, I'm not getting into that. I'll get into that more next time, probably. Okay, so wrapping back around to the merchandising a bit, because we're going all over the place, but whatever. The books. I even have a book right here. This one is Labyrinth of Evil, Revenge of the Sith, Dark Lord, The Rise of Darth Vader. So Labyrinth of Evil, so obviously this is like a 3-pack of it, but the original Labyrinth of Evil, I actually got that from the hardcover version, like first edition, from Dad's dad.
Oh, really?
Yes. He knew I liked Star Wars. He knew I read books back then. So he actually just, he went, because he used to go to the Borders. He used to go to Borders all the time. So he used to actually buy me a few books there every once in a while.
Wait, so the book he got you is the same one as this one?
The first third of it, the Labyrinth of Evil one.
Because I found it interesting. Did you buy this recently?
Yes, that one is very
Because I noticed it has Disney on the back.
Yeah.
So when Disney bought Star Wars, they also got the rights to all the Star Wars merchandise?
Oh, they got everything. The only thing they didn't get initially was the rights to the original trilogy, or the original 6 movies. They didn't have the rights to... they would eventually get the rights to the prequels and 5 and 6, but they would never get the rights to Episode 4 because Fox owned them all. Then they bought Fox.
I was going to say, doesn't Disney own Fox?
They didn't initially. That was, again, it was like 2013 or whatever. They bought Star Wars or something like that. Somewhere around then. And so initially it was like, okay, like in about 10 years they're going to own the other movies, but not Episode 4, because that was always going to be Fox. And then by 2019 they bought Fox. So they just completely own everything with Star Wars now.
Wow.
No, because they own that, because even though that was the Clone Wars movie was actually released by Warner Brothers, but despite that, they still own that, because that's on here. It's on Disney Plus. Yeah, they own it. So yeah, no, they own everything when it comes to Star Wars now, which I'm sure is making them enough money. Video game wise, there was only one main video game that was released for Revenge of the Sith. Which, if you remember, I told you before, like there was like 19 or something like that for Episode 1. It's just kind of been going down. It's a pretty good one, though. There was 2 versions of it. It was the console Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith, and then a Game Boy Advance version. And a DS version, but that's just the Game Boy Advance version. And the main version of it, actually, at the very end, because you can play as Anakin or Obi-Wan throughout it, you can choose who you want to be in the final battle. And if you're playing as Anakin, you can actually beat Obi-Wan and do like a what if, instead of like the true ending, you can do an ending. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, would have been a very horrible ending ultimately, really, for the story, but it's still fun for a video game.
I did have a question for you about merchandise. So, Lego and Star Wars obviously has a very tight relationship.
Yes.
And I remember, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm thinking about it wrong, but I almost recall there being a Lego Star Wars video game.
You should listen to the first episode of the podcast, because I went through all of them.
Is there one? Am I
There's multiple.
Correctly? Right, so I guess my question is, why is there such strong ties to Lego? Is there some kind
there's
of...
There's nothing weird there. It's more of just... so it started in 1999.
The demographic is the same, like
there's that, but
boys or something.
So Star Wars actually kind of saved Lego. Lego almost went out of business in the late 90s, early 2000s, but then they did, because they were, for a long time, they refused to do any licensed Lego sets. They would only make their own, themes and stuff. So Lego did, in 1999, they did make the deal for The Phantom Menace, which also allowed them to do sets based off of the original trilogy and stuff. So that was incredibly popular, and it helped save the company enough for them to start changing some of the things around or whatever. So Lego Star Wars in particular, like the Lego Star Wars brand, has always been incredibly popular.
Because it's almost like it's own
brand. Yeah,
like
it is.
Crazy. I feel like I've even seen books. Like,
books
of Lego Star. Like it just seems like it's a very niche, like a particular.
There's people that they don't buy Lego, but they buy Lego Star Wars. Mm. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there's Lego Star Wars as its own brand, as its own thing, pretty much. Yeah. Actually, interesting you mentioned that. Actually, the first video game, Lego Star Wars, came out in 2005. I believe it was a few weeks, I believe, before episode 3. It was before episode 3 came out. And it covered episodes 1, 2, and 3. So you could actually experience the story of episode 3 via Lego if you wanted to early. Yeah. In fact, the official video game also came out before the movie did. I don't understand why they would do that. Like, you could literally spoil yourself. The book, the novelization, I believe, came out too. Because there was that novelization, the adult novelization, and there was the junior novelization. And I had both. Because that's, again, who I was at 12 years old. I had them both, and I read them both.
Tyler.
Yeah.
That's still who you are.
I know. Well, except for the fact...
still collect it all.
Yeah, I know. But back then, I was actually reading them both, too. It's hard for me to read now.
But you've never been into the Lego
Not as much. I had some Lego Star Wars.
Did you?
I did.
I don't even think... At your house, I don't think you have any...
I don't right now, no.
Legos?
No, I've never... So here's the thing with Legos in general. Legos are expensive. Legos are really expensive. And they also are fragile. Like, not like, obviously the bricks won't break, but like you put a set together or whatever and it gets knocked down and it's going to fall all over the place. And then you got to spend time to put it back together. You might miss a piece, goes over there. And then if you have a cat... Yeah. Just, I don't know. To me...
Daniel was more into
yes,
Legos.
he was much more into Legos. I never really liked... because to me, with the Legos, I would either do one... When I had Legos, I would do one of two things. One, I would follow the instructions, put it together, and then set it down because I'm afraid of breaking it and then having to put it all back together again. Or two, I would just kind of make up my own thing, but I'm not very... It's not that I'm not creative, but I'm not, when it comes to the actual physical building part, I'm not as creative. Like, I can't, build a building or whatever, figure out how to do whatever. So I would have, a flat whatever, brick around it and be like, this is my house. And then I have, the figures together. And it was nothing too crazy. So, yeah, Legos just, I do like Legos in theory and everything. It's just, for me personally, it's not going to really work for me. Yeah. There are some of those are very cool though. Some of those sets.
Well, Malik is super into the Star Wars Lego sets. He built the I don't know the names of them, but the different spaceships. Yeah, I'm sure he's shown you his collection of all the ones that he's done.
Yeah. Speaking of Lil Mac, interesting story. Because we just finished the prequel trilogy. That's his favorite era for Star Wars.
His favorite era?
Yeah, because between the prequel trilogy, the sequel trilogy, the original trilogy, all that, whatever. Okay. Yeah, prequel trilogy, that era, the Clone Wars era. That's what he really loves. Most of it, I think, is because of the Clone Wars animated series.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. He talks about that. He likes
that. Which is, the Clone Wars series is really, really good.
Don't they have a Christmas one too?
Oh, the Star Wars Holiday Special?
I don't know. I feel like he's gone over at Christmas time to watch Christmas movies with you, and you had them watch a Christmas Star Wars. But it's so funny.
Okay, so I did force him to watch the holiday special. What's funny is that any Star Wars fan that might be listening to this is probably
cringing,
probably judging me very harshly. The Star Wars holiday special is very, very bad. It is horrifically bad. It's never been officially re-released since it aired in 1978.
Why do you watch it?
Because I think it's funny. So yeah, I have watched that with him. I've watched it 5 times or whatever, which is about 5 times, well, probably about 6 times too many. But yeah, I have an episode on here about the holiday special after I forced one of my friends to watch it. Actually, 2 of my friends to watch it.
Oh boy.
They didn't like it. Yeah, it's bad. But anyways, back to this. So I think there's the only other thing I really want to mention is Palpatine's plan. This is what I actually really love. So Palpatine, Darth Sidious, whatever you want to call him, the Emperor now. The entire prequel trilogy. Yes. The entire prequel trilogy is his entire plan perfectly being executed. All the way back from, because again, he was a senator from Naboo, and in order to, he manipulated an invasion to make the current chancellor both look incompetent and not good, as well as making people more sympathetic to him because he was the senator from Naboo. And by doing both of those, it allowed him to be elected as chancellor.
Okay.
And then 10 years, then because it was halfway through a term that he took over, think of it as like U.S. presidential terms. Technically speaking, a U.S. president can't do more than 10 years. 10 years, they can't be elected for 2 terms of 4 years. But if they're a vice president that took over 2 years in, they could then run 2 more times and do 10 years total. Like it's just the way it's whatever. So it's the similar idea here for the chancellor. So he basically took over 2 years into the term, and then that meant he ran 2 more times. So he was at the end of his normal term when he manipulated it for a war to start and for himself to get elected or to be issued emergency powers so that he would be able to stay on longer. And then, again, further manipulating the war to give himself more powers and also to make people think of him more highly until in this one, he was able to just straight up just tell everyone, the Guardian peacekeeping force is, I made them all criminals. And also, I'm changing the Republic into an empire. And everybody was cheering for him because that's how much he manipulated it by that point. I find it truly fascinating. I love that part of it as well. But anyways, about a half hour into this, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Do you have anything else you want to say?
I don't think so. I'm curious to see. You said the next movie takes place 19 years later.
Yep.
So I'm curious to see, do they ever bridge the gap of these 19 years?
Yes.
Okay.
Sort of. That does bring me to this. There is so much content, both before Disney bought it and then after Disney bought it, because that's basically 2 different continuities at that point. There is so many stories and content that takes place in between episode 3 and 4. It's honestly, I'm almost sick of it at this point. Like, I feel like there's almost too much at this point. But yeah, no, there's the animated series, The Bad Batch, the new animated series, Maul, Shadow Lord, the animated series, Rebels, the second volume of the Darth Vader comic series, multiple different books. I'm not even getting to all the books. The Jedi games, the Force Unleashed games in the old continuity, like so many. Again, that's just some of that off the top of my head that I know that just explore this era in between the 2. Of course, the movies Solo and also Rogue One, as well as Andor, which is a live-action sequel or prequel series to Rogue One. Like, again, we have like so much there. We have, I think, too much at this point, but that's my own whatever. So yeah, we know what happens in between. Not a lot of good stuff happened in between. It's because that's the time of the Empire really coming to about and changing things. And I mean, they ultimately they call their soldiers stormtroopers, which is the name of the Nazi troopers in World War II. So that should give you an idea. Yeah, they're not the good guys.
Yeah.
They are, very fascist, to say the least. But yeah, I think that's it. Let's put one other thing, I guess. We'll do, since we did the full prequel trilogy done, we're about to start this last half in a completely different era. What are your theories about what's going to happen?
I don't know. I mean, obviously, I know at some point, I know Luke becomes a Jedi, and I know at some point he finds out Darth Vader's his dad. Honestly, that's all I know. I couldn't even guess. I couldn't even tell you what I think is going to happen. I'm a little bit not even sure. I feel like each movie has had its own plot that it's not like a normal series like I'm used to, where it's like the same plot and it's just one big giant storyline. You know what I mean? So I feel like I'm not even sure where this is going, like what the end of this is.
Yeah.
I feel like if Darth Vader's evil, then you would think that at the end Darth Vader would be obliterated, but he's also the main character, so I feel like they can't kill him off. Especially after they made you like him at the beginning, right? Like you saw the good side of him. And so I don't know. I have no idea, and I don't even know where Princess Leia fits into it, because I know she's like a main character, but I have no clue whatsoever.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. Well, we will see you next time, and I will also let you know the next movie is my favorite movie of all time. Just full out. Favorite film, Star Wars Episode 4, New Hope.
Okay. Just out of curiosity, are the next 3 episodes all older movies? Are they all set in like the 70s or 80s or whatever?
1977, 1980, 1983.
Yeah, so they're all older.
Yes.
Okay. That'll be interesting.
It's not bad, Ashley. Just because something is older doesn't make it worse.
I'm just trying to picture all of these special effects without the CGI. Like, how are they going to do this?
They do. I will say they generally do focus a little bit more on humans, especially in the first couple. But specifically because they can't really do aliens quite as well.
I would think not.
It gets interesting, but we'll talk about that more next time. But yeah, thanks everybody for watching or listening, whatever. I guess it's listening. It's a podcast. But thanks everybody. We'll catch you next time, and until then, may the Force be with you.